Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video, and this is actually a special request from one of our viewers to go over 3 different ETFs that all pay dividends. I thought I'd go ahead and briefly go over these ETFs. The first one here we have is the Invesco Russell 1000 Dynamic Multifactor ETF. This one is trading at 54.33 right now, and if you look, it's been in a consistent uptrend since 2020 when it was trading down at $30 per share. Looking at this chart right here, you can see it's been in a consistent uptrend all the way since around November. It hit that low around $43 per share. That's why they say patience and dollar cost averaging is so important in the market, because these things tend to work themselves out over time. Even if you were kind of panicking down here when it got so low, I mean, if you just stay the course, eventually things tend to work themselves out. Going over the description for this ETF, this basically is focused on the Russell 1000 Invesco Dynamic Multifactor Index. The fund will invest at least 80% of its total assets in the securities that comprise this index, and it is constructed using a rules-based approach that reweighs large-cap securities of the 1000 Russell Index according to economic cycles and market conditions, reflected by expansion, slowdown, contraction, or recovery. And then they're assigned a multi-factor score from one of the 5 investment styles: value, momentum, quality, low volatility, and size. So it's rebalanced based on economic indicator signal changes, and often as frequently as monthly. So it's going to be rebalanced quite often. Now, if you look at the dividend on this one, not a huge yield, but roughly, let's say 1.83%. You're getting something. You're also getting quarterly dividends, which every 3 months you'll see here those dividends are variable, and you're getting a consistent dividend stream. So although the yield's not the highest, you're still getting a variable dividend that, you know, it looks like it ranges anywhere from 10 to 20 cents roughly, sometimes more, like the last dividend was almost 25 cents a share. With that being said, let's move on to the next ETF, the WisdomTree U.S. Quality Dividend Growth Fund. This one as well has been in a consistent uptrend. Looking at this chart right here, beautiful bottom in November, and ever since then it's been a consistent uptrend. We can look at the actual dividend for this one, the dividend growth DGRW WisdomTree. This one is actually paying on a monthly basis, you'll see, and it's trading, you know, anywhere from 5 cents to 10 cents, or paying, not trading, anywhere from 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. So you're getting those consistent monthly dividends. It is variable. Going over the actual WisdomTree information on their website, you'll see here that the Quality Dividend Growth Fund seeks to track the investment results of dividend-paying large-cap companies with growth characteristics in the U.S. equity market. So the dividend yield on this one in particular, it looks like is 1.27%, not the highest dividend yield, but hopefully over time those dividends tend to increase with inflation, and as these companies pay out higher dividends over time, you're getting those consistent payouts. Moving on to the next and final ETF, we have the iShares Core Dividend Growth ETF. This is DGRO, and this one over the last 5 years, you'll see is also in kind of a consistent uptrend, not quite as strong as the other 2 ETFs. But recently, this one has been very strong, trading down to $47 and coming up all the way to $57 per share, which is quite a substantial run there from those lows. A pretty fierce comeback down, just relative to the chart and what it looks like anyway. But yeah, and we can look at the dividend yield for this one. This one in particular is paying a 2.57% dividend yield, and so a little bit higher on the yield there. You're also going to be getting quarterly dividends in this case every 3 months, and you're going to be having dividends paid, let's say anywhere from 20 cents or 23 cents per share all the way up to 37 cents per share. So with these ETFs, you know, it's not just the fact that you can get dividends, you can also trade options and do other things. So keeping that in mind, guys, it's not just about the dividends. If you want to kind of combine those dividends with some covered calls, some cash secured puts, it's all about creating cash flow for your portfolio, whatever fits in line with your investment goals and objectives. But yeah, these 3 ETFs, guys, can be great choices. Going real quick over DGRO, why this ETF. It goes over exposure to U.S. stocks focused on dividend growth, access to companies that have a history of sustained dividend growth, and that are broadly diversified across industries. And anyway, yes, these are 3 ETFs to consider. Obviously, take into consideration your own risk tolerance and investment objectives. But hopefully, this gives you some ideas for your portfolio if you're looking for cash flow. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this short video that goes over these 3 ETFs, and hope you guys all have a great one. Take care.